What's up, everyone? How's my audio? What's up, Vinny? Oh my God, this is horrible. I'm hearing it on replay. How about now? You know what? I should probably be able to do this without my headphones. Hide these somewhere. Yeah, this isn't my normal setup here, so I'm about to go live and I start hearing the feedback, so I had to connect some kind of headphones. Oh my God, this playback is annoying. Let's see. We got a few minutes before we start. Sounds good? All right, how about now? Okay, good. I can deal with this. All right, the same. Tell me better or something. Lie to me here. And the connection's good? Yeah, that's what I like. All right, incredible. Yes, we're getting somewhere. Who's jumping on with me? So I don't look like so I don't feel like I'm just talking to a video of myself. Cole, you know you're getting an invite. You're like a veteran at this now. And if you want to see me eat, all right, here we go. Yeah, I want to see you eat. I want to see you eat the healthy food. I just had a salad today. So needless to say, I am starving. Cole, are you there?
Hello? Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Let me just, is the camera working?
No, your camera's not working.
Okay.
Let's see. There you go. Your camera's on now. Let me invite Vinny's accepting, and then he'll be on, and we can start with this brainstorm. We'll put Vinny on the spot too because he said.
What's Vinny eating?
Huh?
What's Vinny eating?
Watch it be like he's like a workout junkie too. It looks like so. Watch it be like some fattening burger too, so I can just totally hate.
Oh yeah, I'm curious to hear what Vinny has to say from his little conference that he went to.
Yeah, me too.
Yesterday? Yeah.
Give us an opportunity to hang out. New on my end is I'm still killing it with Messenger.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah. For like using them to retarget for Amazon and getting customers off Amazon and redirecting them through Messenger.
Are you using it with all of your clients, or just are there certain brands or products and things that you're that you're just working with it at the moment?
It's a pretty mixed bag, but yeah, currently I'm doing it with clients. Okay. And I'm just starting one. It's like I come last after everybody.
Well, you get to risk everyone else's money, you know.
Well, I mean, that's one way to look at it. The thing is, if they don't like the results, then I'm risking my money because they won't continue hiring me.
That's true.
Oh my God, Vinny's taking forever. What's going on, Vin?
Oh, it's just a re-invite. There's an error.
Re-invite error. Okay, hold on. Vinny. Vinny, I have to remove you and then add you again. So I don't know if that just removes you from the invite queue or from the thing entirely. So just so you know, you're not being booted. Just might have to jump back in. Let's see, remove. And here we go. Oh yeah, it booted him entirely. What's up, Diane? You gonna jump on? I'll take that as a yes. Where is Diane? Cole, you might know this person.
I think I might do.
Yeah, you just might. It's a small world. All right. Invited a few seconds ago. Let me reprompt. Diane, I just invited you. All right. You might as well start. Looks like it's you. It's you and I, Cole. So since you had an announcement to make, I'll let you talk.
Well, I was just curious to hear your thoughts on what you posted in the Facebook group earlier on Alexa, having the the Alexa skills kind of restricted for ads.
Well, my thoughts on that are, and entirely my opinion, but by Alexa skills being restricted for ads, that's the people that are creating the skills. Because what they were doing previously is they were making like adverts and pitches within their spiel, within the skill. And if you're creating it within the skill, then Amazon has no way to monetize it.
Mm.
So what I like that they went in and aggressively blocked it or put a bunch of restrictions is you can't start running ads until you can control the environment. Because if I can sneak an ad of some sort within my skill, why would I pay for ads? And I think that if they were not even going to go in that direction, then they wouldn't need to have put the restrictions.
Mm. Yeah, it's sort of it's funny because like I'm wondering as well, like how long until merch will let people run ads within there as well. But it seems like a lot of people that are experienced within there and that have access to AMS are kind of just running ads from elsewhere. But yeah, I just wondered how long, or in your opinion, like what you thought Amazon were kind of thinking of merch. AMS? Well, no, with kind of running sponsored ads within merch. Like I wondered if you'd heard anything, or if
that's definitely coming. I mean, I think AWS is Amazon's most profitable aspect of their business, but their ads, their whole advertising section is the fastest growing, if I remember this right.
Yeah, I think Prem posted something about that in the group as well.
I think a lot of the times when they create these things like merch or like Amazon Video Prime Direct, that's just another spot, some more real estate to place ads. Facebook's heading in that direction now.
Yeah, can imagine.
Where's Vinny? Oh, there he is. He's back. Vinny, I'm inviting you again. Diane rejected. I'm not going for that. Oh, I see Vinny.
Oh, I'm on.
Vinny.
What's for lunch?
You guys. I mean, it's mind blowing. It's only eggs and quinoa.
Oh wow, living the dream.
Oh yeah, and stay hydrated. Coconut water. I mean, big dream.
I tried to do the right thing today and get a salad. This place called Giordano's across the street. I'm dying. Need some potatoes. I want some French fries. I'm dying,
dude. After this conference, just go get a big fat burger and enjoy yourself. And why not? Just do it.
You might as well.
Friday steak.
Let's see. So, how was the conference? You were mentioning there was a lot there.
Yeah, there was a lot of it's a lot of high level sellers there. Let me drag this screen so I'm not like somewhere else. All right, here we go. Yeah, there was a lot of high level sellers there, and networked a lot. I mean, besides this event, the last event I went to was the ASM event in 2015. And so it's nice to get out there and actually know that there's actual people behind the screen that's doing this business. Like I'm looking at you guys right now, but it's more real when you're like punching each other's arm, shooting the shit, joking around and stuff, talking business in person. So it's like a reality check, refreshing moment. I would say a lot of the content covered wasn't anything crazy, but again, it's refreshing to rehear and reiterate the same strategy from multiple sources, which makes it more real kind of thing, And so, I mean, later I can go into what I've taken notes from the conference and see if you guys can use it in your own business.
Was there anyone there, Vinny, that spoke that maybe they weren't so kind of well known online, but you were kind of struck by the concept that they had to talk about? Or
there was a guy, he does a private label podcast, Kevin
Riser.
Yeah. Right. And I asked him, what hasn't he covered yet within his podcast that he'd like to move on forward with? And he specifically noted he wants to talk about transitioning off the Amazon platform, because you're selling products on Amazon, but once you're out of Amazon, you want to build a brand, and that's more long term. Selling products is short term. in a sense. And a lot of people are still stuck on, you know, the selling the product mentality versus building a brand mentality.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. A lot of people I just see in the Amazon space over the years, to me, there's a huge difference between someone that is building a brand and someone that is building a private label.
Right.
You know, with a brand, you don't, I mean, this is what you're passionate about. It's what you love. Like, this is what you like living, breathing, talking. It's you. But with a private label, you're looking at, if I have a few competitors, can I make this margin? Right. And you're thinking like that. And when you do that, you just immediately like hamstring yourself, in my opinion. It's like starting a race and tying your ankles together.
It must be, sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, it must be the same, you know, whether you're just in Kindle or you're just in merch, you know, just kind of being within one of those spaces and just thinking that you're kind of going to go along with a particular model. You know, the same with RA and private label too. I imagine, you know, people just want to kind of stick within that space and just
hold on a second. Taz just got here. I'm going to see if he wants to get on. I got to see this guy. I just had an amazing text with him. This guy is awesome. All right, Taz, I'm inviting you. Don't let me down here. Don't reject it. Here we go.
How many people can you get on the screen, Carlos?
Right now, 4.
Okay, right.
And if I want to do a screen share, 1 person would have to drop. So there's only 4 panes. But Crowdcast says it's going to go to 8.
Okay.
Well, we'll see. Yeah, this is a really cool platform. Yeah, so the difference between like brand and private label to me is huge.
Yeah, I think the terminology now is interchangeably used. You know, people are so used to private label. They use that term in replacement for brand. Because I spoke with one lady yesterday. She has a beautiful Shopify site, like beautiful, dude. Like everything you ever want, like just scarcity, everything is in there, you know. And she kept using the word private label. I'm like, no, you have a brand. She's like, no, it's private label. I'm like, no, you have a brand. You have a brand. People buy you and search for you. Therefore, you're a brand, you know. So it was a friendly debate going on back and forth. But then again, they're almost the same. But in my opinion, private label is more like you're taking, I don't know, someone else's design, slapping your name on it versus brand. You're doing this, and also you're creating something in addition to that to add value to the brand. I don't know.
I agree.
Over the last 10 years, it's gone from brands, then they were calling it white labeling, and then private label.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to turn around and go back to brand. Especially now, the cost of entry to get in is creeping up for people that just want to do, you know, like renegade private label.
Right.
I'm loving it, man.
You live for it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Taz hasn't accepted. What's going on, Taz?
There must be someone here.
Incompatible. Taz, we're incompatible, man. No, he's probably on a cell phone.
It's probably on mobile, yeah.
Oh, so what was your biggest takeaway outside of the networking thing?
Okay, let me just go through my notes and just fire hydrant you guys with what I know. It's gonna last like 2 minutes. Don't worry. Let's see. All right, so the guy spoke about VAs. I know a lot of people want to know about VAs. Part of the business, part of the business, everybody wants to master, but no one knows how to start, right? Because there's so much dynamics in it. And one thing I want to share with you guys is the difference between giving a VA a task and giving a VA a role. And that's sort of the mind shift that I had as Susie mentioned it. I was like, whoa, that's true, because I currently work with 4 VAs now, and I'm giving them tasks. You know, it's like, all right, today I need this, and done. And then tomorrow it restarts. Okay, Vinny, what we need to do? Oh, crap. Okay, this. So that's kind of where the biggest takeaway as far as VAs go for me is a difference between task and roles. And I'm just going to read what a task entails and what a role pertain to, okay? Tasks can include A/B testing, designing new website, backlinks, sponsored ads, blog writing. So that's task. And as far as roles, you're looking at managing social media. Your roles can be daily flagging, tagging emails, performing keyword research. So in a sense, roles are more specialty skills versus task. It's more, I guess, on the fly type assignment that you're giving them.
Yeah, roles also work really good. I use them, I guess, that mindset with VA managers.
Mm-hmm.
Or I guess you can call them C-level VAs that manage the managers.
Yeah. Yeah, he mentions, the prefix to VA. He's mentioned C-level. He mentioned G-level, which is general VAs. Then you have your A-level, B-level. That I kind of went over my head. But, it's one golden nugget per conference, right? So I accomplished that. But there was another thing here. And I'm looking through my Evernote, but I'll post the shared link here, and you guys could try to decipher what the heck I wrote here on my notes. But it's not necessarily using Upwork, but using Upwork keywords to search for what other employers are posting of what they need help on.
Yeah, that's what we talk about in the weekly meetups.
Oh, I didn't know that. It was mind blowing.
A lot of the times, the hang up when somebody goes to hire a virtual assistant, let's just say just a regular virtual assistant, they get stuck on just creating the job description on what the person needs and communicating it effectively.
Right.
And they stop. So what we suggest is when you go to Upwork, once you log in, you have the option to search as someone looking for a job or someone posting a job.
Mm-hmm.
Go in as if you're looking for a job and post the job you think you want. And then, don't completely letter by letter hack it, but even if you did, it's not illegal. Just, you just paste the sections you want. What I notice a lot, even though I've been doing this for years, is that I see somebody's job description and I'm like, that's genius. Like, I'm adding that. And next thing you know, you have this like perfectly communicated job description that you want.
Yeah, definitely. That's a good idea. Yeah. What else? Okay, so that's about VA. So from Kevin King, if you guys been on his webinar, he reiterated sort of the same thing. But here's something that might help us out. If you're doing PPC auto campaign, you only want to extract the keywords that has the following criteria: 1,000 impression, 0.4 click-through rate, do more sales, and 10% conversion. Then he'll take those keywords and he'll re-edit his titles and description to inject those main keywords in there, and so it can refresh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a definitely good one.
Yeah.
I always tell people when you're creating your title and your bullets and all that, look at it more in the sense of a living document. That's it's not a static piece of work. It's going to adapt based on the data you get.
Right. And he talks about 1688 and Taobao in reference to comparing your current supplier's pricing to those websites' pricing. And using Google Translate, keyword search for your own products and see how much their people are getting your products for and how much they're charging you, so you can renegotiate the pricing and get a savings for that. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Then he talks about video, injecting video into your listing. I think you guys know that.
Say again?
Videos.
Well, which one? Videos as the thumbnail or videos as the review?
Videos as a thumbnail. The seventh image as video. Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of the listings, when we add video, the change in conversion is insane. And a second video is even more.
A website he shared, I don't know how valid it is, but Video. And
that's a service that'll add videos down, not as a thumbnail though. They add it as the like featured section. I don't know. It's a videos. You might like this type of thing.
I'm not sure. I just
Video shorts.
yeah, it was just short videos. Yeah. What else? Let's see. Oh, the last speaker. This wasn't Kevin King in particular. So the last speaker talks about inserts and the variety of insert pools you can have. So these are kind of so this is like keywords here. I'll type it in for you. So you have loyalty program. You have thank you card. You have a bonus free accessory. So if you're selling electronics, you know, free soft silicone earbuds, whatever. I don't know. You know, join the high club XYZ deals, whatever, right? Discount club or whatever. Warranty cards, that was a good one. Sweepstakes card. Tech support, that was a big one that I took away. Instruction card, all right? You give them instructions, and then you have a QR code or a link that takes them to a YouTube video or somewhere, I don't know. You know, your main page, input their email, and they get a video instructions how to assemble, whatever, you know, and how to use the product. And I think I just mentioned this earlier, but free item card. And free item card, I've been purchasing vitamin D from this one supplier, and he always has a card in there that says free bottle by going to this website and injecting your email, whatever, you know. So that's kind of cool, yeah. Let's see. The harder it is to get something, the more we want it. So create scarcity in your listings. You know, there's limited time, but I don't know how efficient this is. So you guys are gonna have to correct me on this. Creating scarcity on your listing by having, you know, those keywords, only blah, 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 available this day only, holiday sale, whatever, you know. On your
talking about Amazon or your website?
Amazon's bullet. But I don't know if it's against TOS or not, you know, but they say that works. I'm just sharing theory right now.
Of those, I haven't seen a ton of, I haven't seen a great deal. It really depended on the cost of the item they bought. Like what I noticed is the warranty card, for example, you usually don't, none of us will probably file a warranty card, even if it's only submitting an email address for a $9 item.
Yeah.
But the higher the cost of the item is, the greater the likelihood they register the warranty. Instruction cards were great if the product required instructions. If you got, say, on one of those manual orange juicers that was just 2 plastic pieces, we didn't see anything. We
take it for granted because some people actually want instructions how to use the most simplest products.
No, you're absolutely right. I'm not saying
insane.
Don't put the instruction card. I'm only saying what we've seen is that these things right here are to build a list of people that you can retarget. Mm-hmm. We haven't seen, we include the instruction card for everything. We assume the person is completely blind, or not blind, but they just have no idea what this is. Mm. What we found that really worked, and again, it depends on the cost of the item and whatnot, is at one time we tested actual CDs and then later USBs. And the USB was in the form of a how to use. And that's what the video led with, was the USB on how to use, but then it got into everything else and all the other opportunities. And then in the USB, we were using stuff like SMS marketing. So if you want to get this free, what was the example you said, a shirt or buds or something like that, you know, text the word buds to 69922, something like that.
How long ago were you using the USB, Carlos? Was that quite recent? Or how long ago were you using the USB? Was that quite recent? Or?
I know some people that have been using it for years.
All right.
Yeah, been using it really good for years. What else was some other good ones we used?
You send them an actual USB?
Yeah. And getting them from China loaded with what you want is nothing.
Yeah. Huh.
Yeah, but it's a way to get them to get the visual. When we were doing the discs, we didn't think, this is years ago.
Right.
We didn't really think, like a lot of computers right now you can't play the disc. So the person would need like a portable or something like that. But the USBs, we noticed a noticeable conversion, like worth doing.
Are you still doing that now? Is that what,
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, a lot of people that I work with are doing it. Yeah.
okay.
Well, what else? What were some
That
other
sounds-
ones that I found that were
Sounds
good?
pricey.
Yeah, instruction card. I make sure we put in everything. Free item card, I guess, depends on the product. I like to use the Amazon giveaways program a lot. What else? And then kind of not directly related to this, but an easy way, I guess, for building people to retarget and everything is eBay. But I think we talked about that before. Those are cool.
Cool enough. Pretty cool,
Yeah,
I think, right?
Huh? What happened?
Oh no, just a little Manny Coates paraphrasing.
Reference, yeah.
Oh, there's Taz. Do you guys know if you can put links in your description? But let's take the instruction. I've been told no. I know you can put links in your brand page through AMS. You're also able to put a redirect link in your warranty, your PDF warranty on your product detail page with an AMS account.
I don't know if you caught this, Carlos, but Diane asked earlier, she understood that changing the title takes Amazon 3 to 6 weeks to reestablish your product listing. Is that right?
I'm seeing that Amazon is consistent in their inconsistencies, is what I'm saying. In some cases, yeah, and in other cases, no.
Yeah. Okay. I just wondered if if you're going to be updating your listing quite frequently. I don't know.
I don't change my listing if what you're asking is based on the PPC data that I'm getting back on a daily basis.
Oh no, not every day.
It really doesn't say anything.
Yeah.
So I guess it depends on where I'm at with the product launch. At least a few weeks. Yeah, in most cases, unless it's, again, depending on where you're at with in the product stage, a few months, 3 months.
Okay.
Do you schedule these out on your calendar?
Huh?
I say, do you schedule these changes out on your calendar? Because
we schedule certain review. Well, with VAs again, we schedule certain reviews to review stuff for product title and detail changes. Usually when we do that, we also go through for the Amazon brand page and AMS. And if we have any holidays or anything coming up, we'll swap out the graphics so it's relevant for that holiday, or start activating certain promos or vendor-powered coupons or whatnot for whatever holiday is coming, like if it's a back to school, Halloween, depending on the product.
Huh. Pretty cool. Awesome idea.
Any tips to pre-launch an item? Is it your brand or somebody else's? You got me. Elena's asking. I actually know her. She's awesome. She works with VAs too.
Oh, here's one.
Exclusive. So the Amazon exclusives program. I mean, if that's the case, you have access to a lot of pretty cool stuff. I guess without knowing specifics, and this is just me personally, you have an exclusive agreement with another brand to sell their stuff on Amazon. And what do you want to do to launch their product? I don't know the product. Not the exact product, but more specific. Like, is it socks? Is it, grilling tools? Is it patio chairs, tent equipment? I would say just initially, don't put your blinders on. Like, just because you're launching a product on Amazon does not mean you're limited to Amazon tools. For one item, a Halloween prop. A lot of Instagram, a lot of Pinterest. I get weird with these things. I had a Halloween item one time, and it looked like it was not getting the traction I wanted, and I didn't want to miss the boat for the customer. we literally went out there and hit up every single pumpkin patch that was selling pumpkins for about 15 miles in either direction, and we sold out. So
pumpkin carving kit, maybe? No?
I mean, yeah, but what I'm saying, just to me, what's awesome about this is that there's like so many different ways to approach these kind of sales, and none of them, like all of them can be right. There's like so many different ones that lead to success. Like my way doesn't have to be your way. We could both be awesome, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm very big on using off Amazon tools, especially in the beginning when otherwise it's like you have to just use like sponsored ads as like an IV to live. I don't like that feeling. Somebody's willing to pay more for me on ads and all that.
Yeah, they did mention about hitting the streets well, similar to what you were talking about, that Yelp search we did last week or 2 weeks ago, I can't remember. And hitting up those people, building a relationship with those folks, giving them complimenting products and tell them to leave reviews on Amazon. No one's doing that, I guess. You know, it's like,
but you know what? And I said this sometimes and people got offended. Again, this is just my belief. A lot of that has to do with if you are selling your brand or are you selling a private label? Because if you're selling your brand, you're out there in the streets. You're everywhere. Like you're walking up to everyone. But if you're just selling a private label, like you don't want no one to know. You know,
that's true.
Like, why are you selling shower curtains all of a sudden? You know. Not in every case. I've seen that a lot, though. But one that a lot of people miss is Starbucks. Starbucks and a lot of other places like Starbucks have these boards, and they have little magnets. I bring my own magnets, and I get the circular ones just like theirs, and you can post stuff there. Just hang it. I've posted stuff there for a free, you know, in this case, something coffee related or something that I think students would want, since there's a lot of students frequenting there. But a lot of entrepreneurs use that as like their mobile command centers, you know?
Very good. I like that.
But post those things on Starbucks. And you know what? Split test. Do one zip code red, one zip code blue. Like, it's a lot of fun. And these are people, like, this is your terms of service now, not Amazon's. Like, these are your people. Like, you have their phone number, you call them. These are your people. I love that. You can post at College Building. Yeah. Hey, what's up, Pedro? I would invite you on, but the last time I did, you were going like 60 on the freeway. It got me nervous. Hold on, let me see who else is here really quick, guys. Christy. All right. You made it. Fernando, what's up? Who else wants to jump on? We have spot for one more. Christy, you want to jump on, or Fernando? Taz. It says we're incompatible, brother. We have to work on that. Vinny, so you know Taz, huh?
I met him just yesterday.
You met him yesterday?
Just yesterday, yeah.
Hey, guy seems awesome, man.
Yes, A+.
I usually check when somebody joins the group, because in case they're local to Miami, to add them to the local Miami group too. I mean, the guy's like a social media beast. I think I did a little Facebook stalking. Sharp dresser, like positivity. It's going to be my new go-to to be positive. What browser should you use, Taz? I use Chrome.
Yeah, Chrome works.
Yeah, let me know. Well, Fernando, you're at work. I understand. You're on Chrome. Oh, let me try to add you then. No, it still shows as incompatible. Okay, invite on screen. Yeah, I just invited you. It says accepted and connecting.
Here we go.
What other trade shows you got lined up? I got to start my trade show circuit again. Uh-oh, here he comes. Here he comes.
Uh-oh.
What's up?
What is up?
You made it, man.
My sweat off my face has dried up from the gym. So I look at this.
Yeah, man, that happens to me all the time, you know?
I'm trying to get guns like this guy over here. Damn.
So what trade shows you guys thinking about? What's on the agenda?
Man.
I'm trying to get this guy to come to Mexico.
10 grand, dude? Come on. I don't know, man.
I'm telling you, it's about that network. It's about that network.
10 grand. Well, yeah, this is about the network, but I don't know. My business at this point, I want to put it towards
But I mean,
marketing and stuff.
You know me now, so you're pretty much network wise, I guess.
That's good. That's good.
I wish.
Oh, what else?
I'm doing that. I'm going to that one, and then after that, I don't know. I don't know what's next. I'm gonna go. Do you know who Casey Goss is?
Yeah.
He's the CEO of Valorant. I'm gonna go see him, but I mean, this is a friend, not for a conference or anything.
Sure.
But me and my girlfriend are moving into our place in Boston on May 1st. So my parents, I'm flying my parents over to meet her, and so I have a packed May. And in between, we're going to Mexico for this event. So it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be interesting.
I just realized I went live with my glasses. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Google Glasses.
Well, I have glasses there. You guys know. There's somebody in our group named Sean who's speaking at Global Sources. He's a awesome guy in the SaaS space and MPPC. And then I have 2 or 3 trips this year to China, 1 to India, doing San Diego for Social Media Marketing World.
Nice.
Or maybe
anything
ASD.
coming up on the East Coast?
Huh?
Anything coming up on the East Coast?
It's one in Rhode Island. Someone posted up. And
Yeah, my friend Ramon's going there.
yeah.
Oh yeah. That's right.
Yeah.
It's like a 2-day event.
Can't you like?
I've been
walk
going
across
so
Rhode
hard
Island
in
in 2 days?
conferences recently. I need to just start putting that stuff into practice. I'm conferenced out till May, I think.
Pretty cool. What did you get from the event, Taz?
Yesterday, I got Vinny.
Oh, yeah.
He's one of the first people I met. I mean, there weren't that many people who were super approachable. I mean,
There's a lot of interesting people there.
it's a culture thing, right? I guess they tend not to want to talk to you, and then when as soon as they realize you know some stuff, that's when they start coming up to you, which is funny towards the end.
Right.
Everyone's questions. But then, I mean, there were some really good presentations. Kevin King's kind of a friend, so I've heard his stuff a few times. I missed Chad's one. Chad Rubin, I missed his. Tim Hughes, is it Hughes? Tim did a good presentation. I liked it. The biggest thing for me is around automation. I kind of went in there knowing I want to automate things. And there's another guy we met called Colin, who's in Manny's group. He's sorry, I'm just gonna mute my notifications.
Come on, AMPM podcast?
Yeah, he's in FBA High Rollers, and he actually listened to his podcast. He was on Manny's podcast, and he has loads of good automation stuff. He looks at automation all the time, and when he builds a process, which is kind of how my mind works. As soon as I build a process, I'm thinking, well, how can I outsource this to somebody immediately? And I want to go as far as I can on my own in terms of not actually having to hire a full-time employee apart from VAs. And Kevin King, I'm going to learn from him because he's still a one-man band. Like, he has no other employees. Everything's done by himself. And not even VAs, which is crazy.
And he has VAs, right?
No.
My job would be impossible without VAs.
Doesn't use VAs.
I'm a little over 240.
I don't know how he does it.
Jeez.
I don't know how he does it.
That's it?
But he's employing somebody to social media. But yeah, I'm immediately going to get onto I'm looking for VAs right now. So I listened to what you were saying in the beginning about the VA stuff. So.
We have a local meetup. The topic is specifically that. Like, beginning and optimizing VAs, depending on how it goes, or if you guys want, I'll schedule one of these and we'll just do like a whole VA thing.
Yeah, please. You know what? I just had a 45-minute conference with my VAs this morning, man.
No.
Dude, yeah, I know, too long, but this is like the first longest one I've had with them. And I pretty much had them all together, kind of explain. Oh, he's out. Kind of explain or shared their background and information with the group, just so everyone can get more acquainted with each other. And then I gave them today's goal and next week's target goal, and asked if everybody was clear on what they were doing and how to do things. And one important question I popped on one of the worker was, if you were doing, research and suppliers and such, how much can you get done on an average hour? How long do you spend per such and such? I was just breaking down numbers with him. And then my project manager, she jumped in and kind of tear her down, because she said, I'm only able to access 3 supply research per hour. And she's like, oh, this is too slow. But in any case, all that technical stuff aside, that was my first meeting with them like that, and I didn't really have a structure of what my end goal was, except to have them do what I needed them to do by next week. So let me ask you, when you structure your conference with your VAs, I know you have several project managers. What is your intention of going in besides? I guess okay. Let me rephrase the question. How do you build better rapport with them, to have them perform at a better level?
Right.
That's the best way to phrase it.
Accountability, I think it boils down to. First, in the beginning, I tried to have this relationship with all of them. I'm at the point now where I'm not even the one that hires them. There's VAs that go out and hire the other VAs. So I'll occasionally meet individually with, I guess you could say, that just the managers. But my weeklies at 15 to 30 minutes max that we're talking would be, I guess, with the C-level VAs, if you had to give them a title, and they're responsible for everything else that falls below. So I'm not, if there's an issue, say with any of the pods of VAs that do design for merch, which are print on demand stuff, which is really exploding. I'm not going to go, and we have a way to trace it to which pod and which person did the design. I'm not going to go speak to the person that did the design. I'm going to speak to the C-level person, and if it's consistent, then we'll speak to the manager, and if not, the C-level VA will get rid of the manager. So it's them being accountable.
That's very cool.
Can you do a VA tree breakdown? Not of your current one, you don't have to see it, but
sure,
like a kind of typical one. That
current one, actually, I want.
Oh, okay. Let's have yours, so we could.
That's what we aim for.
Well, it's really simple. I mean, it looks like a nightmare, but it's 4, 12, 20, and then the pods.
Good.
A pod consists of 5 to 6. They used to be 5, and I'm building them to 6.
Okay, sure. So
the 4. Of the 4, the one of them that I guess runs even those 4, that's who I have the majority of that's the one ultimately, I'm ultimately accountable, but he's ultimately accountable for everything.
So he's a duplicate of you that managed the 4, that managed the other millions.
Right.
So what would you suggest to start with? Would you look for, because now I'm going to start with one person, and I'm just thinking of everything I can possibly outsource to that guy. And I want him to be really, I'm happy to pay extra for a really good guy. And I want that person to be the guy that then helps me hire the rest of my team. So
you need to, somebody locally just worded this really good. And that was, the more time you put up front, the less money you're going to have to put.
Yeah.
So I would take the time to create, it should be in a museum. They're so beautiful, processes. And whether they're video structured or written through screenshots or a combination of both, I would do that. Your processes, you'll know is right, because let's say you needed someone to do, I don't know, like a drag and drop website type thing, like a Squarespace type thing or a Wix, whatever you're doing. The person should have 0 experience in doing that and can get it done exactly like you want. That's how your process needs to be. Also, I'm not a fan. It just invited problems anytime I'm thinking, oh, I got a VA. He needs to do design. So I want him to use Photoshop. But it would be really cool if he knew Illustrator too. And if he could do video editing for Premiere, that would be great. Maybe I'll just pay him a little more. That didn't work for me. That was more of again, me talking to myself that I was being lazy. I didn't want to deal with multiple people. I didn't want to create additional processes because this person's strong suit at the end of the day was Photoshop, not Illustrator and not Premiere. I can get 3 different ones. I'm not going to pay. I'm probably going to pay less if I get the 3. I'm just going to have to put in more time up front to create the processes.
But I bet you,
and I need to figure out what my processes are.
Okay, so you manually create every single process yourself?
No.
Uh,
Remember,
anytime
you do something repeatedly, you should give it to a VA.
Okay.
So you can just as easily hire a VA that can create processes for you. What you do need to do is be able to break down what you want. And a lot of the times we don't even know what we want. Like a real simple task, if you broke it down, just every single action that you did and some of the thoughts that allowed you to reach that action and you broke it down, it's extensive.
Mm-hmm.
And do you have your whole merch side of the business automated?
Yeah, I mean, I
want that.
I don't touch it. I mean, I can't match my clothing. No one will wear my shirts.
I got approved by merch a long time ago, and it's just free money, right?
Hold on. Kalina's Parker saying something. You use soft like mind maps. Hold on. Oh, I think you said you use it like mind maps. I like to approach it as a writing pseudocode. Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah. So again, anything. And what I do now is occasionally, well, I'm a wreck, but I occasionally hire someone to come in and they'll follow you around for a while to help you with organization. They cost a lot, but it winds up saving you even more. And then I'll keep track of what I do every day. And if I notice after a week that I'm repeating something too much,
that's really good.
That's a VA.
Yeah, that's a tip I was reading online. It's like, what do you outsource to a VA? Just write down everything you do for a week.
That's it.
See what comes up.
And don't be afraid to source personal tasks. VAs, everyone thinks of a VA as, this person just does my business stuff. But if you notice that you do some personal stuff online and the person doing it does not have to have, say, your social security number or anything like that, that's a VA job. I mean, that's what an executive assistant is.
I need someone to run my Instagram.
Also, before you hire a VA, make sure you can't resolve it with something like Zapier or what's the other one?
What's that?
Calendly, which I live by.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, the VAs can use Calendly to reach out to me. The VAs will use Calendly to get a hold of their managers. And you'll see all of your Calendly on the dashboard if you ever wanted to look. It says, yep, instructions are algorithms, but for people. Yeah, they're about as hard as algorithms too. Like, it sounds awesome right now. Well, you know what would be cool to do one day is let's pick a task, like a minor one, like not complicated. Let's pick a minor task.
No, let's pick merch and let's go through it.
But merch is pretty easy. See, when you're at everybody starts, I think, like at the 25 level still.
Yeah.
25 designs, I'll do a one-off on Fiverr. You're good.
Oh, really?
You might design pretty good yourself. As a matter of fact, there's somebody in our group, Vladimir Stojanovic. He's a very, very close friend of mine. I've worked with him for years. He's like one of my right-hand people. I call him Vanya, but he can handle any of your merch stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
What does he request? Like, what are the requirements for creating design?
Well, he'll ask you a series of questions so you can get on the same page. Like, do you want merch shirts for? And this is another issue people run into with VAs is you tell the VA, you're like, I want to make money. I need to put shirts up. So what are you asking? Like, do the research on what needs to be sold. Like, what colors are more popular? Like, are you asking them to do all that? I wouldn't.
All right.
So he's going to find out what it is you want. Huh?
You need to get in contact with your guy.
Yeah, no, he's I've been calling him Vanya for years. So let me see if I can spell his name that's in the Facebook group.
Sorry for going off on a tangent, by the way, guys.
No tangent. This is our brainstorm. That's exactly what this is for.
Yeah, I appreciate it. This is awesome. Man, this is so funny. It's just, I wouldn't be here. So many things had to fall into place for this moment to actually happen. Like, I wasn't even planning on coming to Brooklyn, but one of my friends is having a party tonight, so he was like, "Oh, you should come." I was like, "Oh, okay." And then I was looking around, and I was like, I found this event yesterday. I meet Vinny, and now this is happening. So,
my cousin, that movie, My Cousin Vinny.
The hookup connection, I guess. I don't know.
Seriously.
Like, what do you guys think? Like, we pick a small task and just create a process. Just one. I mean, it needs to be small because everyone needs to only last 2 hours.
What is that? What is something that people need to do all the time? That's
product research. You want to do that?
That's not a small one.
No, damn.
Let me think. Like, what would a real easy one be?
What can you do with supply? Isn't it simple to go through the process? It's one simple process, right? To go through supplies, like, you know, you do a Google search, you find the shows, you go in, you get the whatever, you send an email, and that could be the end of it. So
Are you talking about like just going for like looking for trade shows and then going to the exhibitor list?
Yeah, the wholesale thing. So going through the exhibitor list, and the outcome is you send an email to somebody.
Right,
that's an easy one.
That's an easy short process.
Let me share this link with you guys. This is like the ultimate trade show link. There you go. Trade show all over the world, and you can filter by month. You can find anything and everything.
Yeah, but you know that would be a simple one to do. It's just that's not a beginning to end, because what happens when they send the emails off? Like,
well, for this one, you could just say, "Find me all the trade shows for toys for the whole month." I mean, for the whole year. Put it in a Google sheet and let me know when it's done or something. I don't know.
Well, it depends.
The idea, though, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, good.
The idea, though, is with a complete process is that it began and can end without you. So in the case of this wholesale, it can begin with the virtual assistant, going to this link or anything else, sending off the emails. But then what?
You can end it, so you can have template emails for them for what for the response you get back. If it's a yes, if it's a no, send this, and then keep going till you get the supplier list. And the end is, well, I guess it keeps going because then you want to export that supplier list.
A lot of it does go exactly. And then a lot of these people want to talk on the phone.
True.
Oh, you're talking about researching suppliers, distributors and stuff.
Correct.
Yeah, well, the whole virtual assistant process for sourcing stuff, it rabbit holes in a lot of different directions. It's not a small one.
Let me show you my process. I have it down. I have 3 VAs that does supplier research. Once we run out of suppliers in like a Trello type organization card, they all spend about a day or two and start researching like a ton of more suppliers, right? So each VA assign themselves to a card, so other VAs don't overtake that same card. Okay, so they reach out to the supplier, and most suppliers only require an online sign up. Most supplier, very small percentage, about 1 or 2 out of 10, requires a phone call. At this point, I'm doing the phone call because it's just easier at this point. But eventually, I want to outsource that to someone else in state that's able to do the call, right? So that's also another loophole that we can plug in. I call, explain what we're doing, the business we're in, because most of the time they want to know if you're a legitimate distributor or wholesale reseller, whatever, right? They send you this spreadsheet, product catalog or whatnot. You have another VA that extracts all the profitable items via price checker or whatnot, takes that, re-examine it onto Amazon, Jungle Scout it to double verify, BSR and all that good stuff. Take that and send it to they send it to me first to verify, because this is where I'm involved, mainly because it involves financial, right? It involves money going out, the purchasing decision. I quickly examine it, a minute or two to make sure the ASINs are right, randomly select a few, give them a good to go. They email the supplier. There's also a SOP that tells them exactly how to order per supply, because every supplier ordering route is different, right? And they follow that SOP, sends in the order, and now there's another SOP with another VA that does all inventory management, right? He or she takes the shipping, tracking, creates the shipping plan, updates the inventory and forecasting or whatever, and that's the end of the session.
And you do that with 3 VAs?
Right now, no. I mean, I'm still plugging a few VAs in here, but 3 VAs to do the research, and the other VA, the project manager, to do all the filtering. And I'm doing inventory, and I'm doing inventory management, so I can understand forecastly, down to the dot. So then I can create an SOP, a video, and explain everything to the next person I'm hiring for the time for that.
Okay,
So
Vinny, she's asking you. You got a question.
Vinny,
your VA makes the actual order?
Yes, my VA makes the actual order. They don't have credit card or anything like that. Usually, I'll call the supplier up. Here's another part that I put out. I'll actually contact the supplier personally for one time, put in a credit card application. I'll give them, whatever 3-4 different credit cards that I use, and rotate them continuously. And so that's just the first time setup. The second, third time we order, when they send me the filtered PO, I'll tell them, all right, here's the 4-digit code credit card we're using, and go ahead and email the supplier and put in the order. And that's pretty much it. Does that make sense? I'm not sure if I explained that right.
No, I understood.
Yeah. Okay.
It sounded like your VAs in the beginning were like double working though.
Because we have a lot of suppliers. Like my 80/20 is suppliers spreadsheet and purchasing. That's the 80/20. And so I want to put more labor, human resource in finding the suppliers, and one person to do the filtering, because it doesn't take much. It's just A, B, C, D, click, 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 and then pass it. It's very robotic, routine like, but the supplier research is more dynamic in a sense. So I want 3 people to work on that, and there's a million 2 suppliers out there, so there's a lot to go through and shift through, versus the filtering, which takes like one person. They could do it full time, all day, all night, and I make the purchasing decision. Well, I do the approval. They make the purchasing decision. I just approve what POs go out.
Cool.
That's it. So task done. Cool. All right.
Alina, no way we can get you up here on video. Does anybody else want to jump on video? Let's see.
Oh, by the way, while you're trying to get people on video, so I'm having my first meetup tomorrow, and I might be solo. Who knows? 7:30. I don't think the world wakes up that early on Saturday, but if someone happens to magically appear,
it'll be their loss.
Yeah, of course.
That's how you got to look at it, man.
It is. One person messaged the group and said, it's no, that wasn't it. It was on Facebook. He said, 7:30, man, you crazy? That's too early. And I was like, look, listen, if you want it, you'll come. It's intentionally set at 7:30 for the ones who are very passionate, who wants to do it. They'll come at 7:30.
I think I would only have like 3 to 5 show up if I moved to 7:30, and a whole lot of hate mail.
There's never a convenient time for everybody. That's the way I look at it. So just pick a time and run with it.
Yeah. Meetup has they don't announce it, but you're allowed to run a virtual meetup. Say something like this: for every physical meetup you do. As long as you keep them balanced like that, they'll allow you to do it.
Oh, nice.
Guys, I'm going to jump off video. I just need to jump in the shower and go and meet my lady in the city. But I want to keep listening. So I'm just going to turn off my video in case you guys want to see.
Later.
And then there was
It was a pleasure. It was a pleasure meeting you guys.
Pleasure meeting you.
Hashtag road to Amazon Azionaire. What is it?
Oh, that's the name of my podcast, The Road to Becoming an Amazillionaire. Yeah.
Yeah. You gotta let me know when you're ready to launch it, man. We can.
Yeah.
I'll push it to my people and we'll do something here.
We'll talk. Because I was with Kevin Reiser yesterday as well, and he gave me a ton of good advice as well that I want to share.
Yeah, launch is important.
Yeah. So, yeah. Well, I'll hit you up, man.
Best of
Take
luck.
care. See you guys. Bye.
See you. All right. Just two guys on the screen.
Yeah. Somebody say something. I'm going to start randomly inviting people up here. Oh, you got a question. Christy's asking you, Vinny, what kind of business model do you have? Wholesale or PL?
I started with PL and I got discouraged because I wasn't taking action. And then when I went into wholesaling, I'm doing 90% wholesaling now. The reason why I say 90% is because my mind's like fragmented between the two. And so I want to get to the 100K mark and then just stop wholesaling and then devote my gross. I mean, just something to get me by, pay the bills and such. Yeah. And then focus on because PL, I mean, if I knew what I knew now, I'll probably just keep on focus on PL because it's more profitable, more controllable, and it's more fun because all the techniques we're testing out, talking about, you can only apply to PL or branding, right? And wholesaling, it's like set and forget it. Once you figure out your profitable product, it's evergreen, depending on the sellers and stuff. So, yeah, wholesaling, to answer your question.
Christy she just does everything and kills it in everything. Right, Christy?
I got a model after Christy now.
Yeah. She creates her own categories.
Oh. Do you guys know anyone who sells clothing on Amazon?
Oh my God, yeah.
Not merch, but their own clothing. I can't imagine how difficult that would be.
Yeah. You have somebody here that actually does.
Yeah.
You got to help me pronounce this because I keep saying her because I don't want to mangle your name. Is it Galina? The easiest way to solve this would be let me invite you on video and you pronounce it. Galina. Okay, Galina. All right. Yeah, she sells clothes.
Wow.
She does really well too. So
it's probably super stressful.
Be a good one to ask.
Oh yeah, definitely bombing you with messages. Hey, the 9 o'clock meetup you guys are having tomorrow, is it going to be crowdcast too?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh yeah, thank God for saying that. Everybody, I have this button. I don't know what it looks like from your guys' end. But it says Amazon Self-Publisher on it. If you click on it, it's going to take you to the crowdcast. That's tomorrow at 9 a.m. And then every other Saturday, that one's a series. So if it's something you're interested in, or you already know you're interested in, or you think you're going to be interested, whatever the case, jump on. It's going to be more of an organizational one tomorrow for part of it, just so that we can figure out what topics everyone wants to cover. I'm comfortable covering whatever with Amazon self-publishing, but we'll also talk about a bit about ghostwriters, how to hire them, and the new rule changes with Amazon CreateSpace, which has to do with where you can just upload a book and they will print out a physical book for you. How do we get the link to be there? You should see it in the middle, below. Do you see it, Vinny?
I do. It's a
Where
green.
is it?
It's right. It says Amazon Self-Publisher and it's a green push button.
Yeah, it's a green. What Vinny said.
Yeah.
Hashtag Team Vinny. You can get it there. Another one is
Let me send you the link.
we can follow each other on Crowdcast. So if you were to follow me, you should be able to see all of the events that I have coming. And you don't want to miss it. Limited seating and all that good stuff. I'm just kidding.
2 seats left.
Yeah. when what's his name said that earlier, like there's nothing left, there's already too much. I freaked out for a second, like he got me, and I'm like, no, because the plan I have will take. It's weird how they do this. The plan I have will take, I think, 500 people, and then everybody over that, they're like, no problem, you know, we won't interrupt your crowdcast. We'll just charge you 50 cents per. So I'm thinking, so like if 10,000 people join, what are you just going to charge my card $5,000?
That's insane, dude.
I guess that would be a good problem to have, though, if that many people showed. The group would be on fire.
If you can, Tamar, can we start from the basics of the goal of why we want to do self-publishing and how that could tie into our PL or other, you know, Amazon models? I mean, it's not too basic enough what you guys are talking about.
No, it's real basic. The idea is every other week we have a local Amazon self-publishers meetup. But since there's a lot of friends and stuff abroad, they wanted us to do something else. So this one's happening. Besides, I love talking about it too. So
cool.
There is basic topics, and every other week we'll kind of announce I don't know if it's a theme or that half of it will at least talk about that, and then the other half will cover just whatever's going on the subject. But basic it's all basic. Yeah, but the biggest split really comes in, do you want to write your books, or are you going to get a ghostwriter to write your books? And what you decide will have an impact on what tools you pick to move forward. But we'll definitely cover that. Yeah, we'll start like basics. But figuring that out is the basics with ghostwriters.
Right. Cool.
All right, well, it's been a while already, and it's the middle of the afternoon, so everybody, thanks for hanging out. Join that link for the self-publishers at 9 a.m. and have a good one.
Thanks, Carlos. Thanks, everybody. Good luck.